The coffee bearer borer is one of a number of problem pests here in Hawaii. Michael Botha is an associate certified entomologist and president of Sandwich Isle Pest Solutions. He joins us this morning because there's a lot to talk about. And you guys were handling the situation with the coffee bearer borer on the Big Island, right?
Yes, around about 2010, coffee bearer borer was identified on the Big Island. The DOA set up a quarantine zone, so any coffee moving out of that area had to be treated. So we quickly set up the coffee bearer borer treatment center in Kona, inside the quarantine zone. So everything going out of Kona goes through that treatment center. So recently, they were just found on Oahu.
Okay, so let's go over a couple of these things because there are some new things and then there's some old things that people don't realize that are still a problem. Feral pigs, for instance. You said that a lot of people see them out there and they start feeding them. Not a good idea.
Yeah, feral pigs are a growing problem, not only in Hawaii, but across the US. But feral pigs have no natural predators. They're an invasive species, being that they're brought here by humans and now they've got out of control. And a lot of people feed them, not realizing how dangerous they are, and that they actually cause tremendous damage to people's lawns, turf and ornamentals, and they can be dangerous to people.
And some of them show up in some odd areas. I mean, I've seen them way up in Mililani Mauka, coming over from the mountain. What do I do if I see this on the street or anywhere in my neighborhood?
Slow down, because they'll damage your car if you hit them.
Yeah.
No, but they typically live in the mountains.
Yeah.
We see peak activity during the rainy season, so from November through February is where most of the sows are having litters. It's probably because there's more grasses around, so there's more food around. And then the second time you see a lot of them is around about June through September, when there's a lot of fruit on the ground, and that's when they come in to eat the fruit.
You know what I don't hear a lot about now is the little fire ant. Is that situation being controlled?
It started on the Big Island. It was mostly a nursery type problem where they were being moved across the state through potted plants. The DOA did a lot of good work in confining that, but I suspect that potted plants are still being sent around with little fire ants in them, and because we hear people that call us up as a pest management company and say, hey, we've got fire ants, can you come check it out? And I'm not so sure that they aren't little fire ants.
Right. Michael made a good point, by the way. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not in your yard. I mean, how much time do you actually spend out there doing some of the landscaping yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. The mongoose. I mean, that's something that we grew up with, but it's becoming more of a big problem.
Mongoose is a problem too, and once again, it has no natural predators. It was brought here in the 1800s by the sugar industry, and the thought was they came from India, and they thought that they'd bring them into to control the rats in the cane fields. They didn't realize that rats function at night and mongoose in the daytime, and they sleep at night, and so they never really controlled them. Now they've become a problem themselves.
Yeah, ripping the musubi right out of your golf cart, in some spots. Okay, so what are some of the other things that we need to be aware of?
You know, there was recently the rhinoceros beetle, which has somewhat been controlled. One of the most interesting ones, I think, the most invasive of all, is subterranean termites. Formosans, subterranean termites come from China, no natural predators really, and they've completely overwhelmed Oahu, for example. And so I would say if there's one thing to protect yourself against, it is subterranean termites. You have to have some sort of protection or you will have termites.
All right, give us contact info.
Sandwich Isle Pest Solutions, 456-7716 is our office number.
All right, Michael Botha, thank you for your time. We
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Steve.